It's 2024. Happy New Year. So what makes 2024 different than 2023? Or for that matter, what makes today different than yesterday? Well, ultimately, that's up to you. And if you say nothing, then it makes me sad. It makes me sad for you because I believe it's in our human spirit to want to dream bigger, reach higher, expand, be happier, to be more creative, and all the above. And with that said, I've always had a hard time with New Year's resolutions because the resolve of that doesn't untie the outcome in the hands of God. When I set intentions, when I plan big, when I dream big, and then let go of the outcome in the bigger hands of me, I have found myself looking back and going, Mamma mia, I could never have imagined how good this outcome could be. So I want that for you. So how do we get from here to there? Lao Tzu said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. So I'm going to give you some steps to help you to realize your New Year's intentions, your plans, your goals, and your dreams. And the first one isn't going to be what you might think it is. The first one is to find more happiness and enjoyment in every area of your life. If you think about it, why would we not want happiness and enjoyment in our life? I mean, it's what makes us want to get up in the morning. It's what propels us out of bed. And we're all going to have those days that we don't want to get up out of bed, but they should be the exception. When we find enjoyment in our family life, in our careers, in our hobbies, then we want to experience life. We want to get out of bed. We want to do all the things that we want to do and more. So that's my first step. My second step is self-honesty. Kind of looking at the reflection in the mirror and being very, very honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses. So many of us are embarrassed about our weaknesses, but really, our weaknesses are just our shadow side. We all have a shadow side. And our strengths are the things that we have a natural propensity for. We have a knack for it. And that usually starts to show up. Some of us might have to do some digging and some mining to get there, but you'll know your knack. And you may have to hone your skill, but honing your skill is going to be much more pleasurable if it's something that you have a knack for versus something that you're fighting all the way. So I highly suggest examining your strengths and examining your weaknesses. Number 3 is leaving perfectionism behind. Perfect is an illusion. And on this side of heaven, there's really no such thing as perfect. It's an illusion and it's a robber. It will rob you. Say you wanted to play the piano. Well, you got to start somewhere. And when you start, you're going to make a mistake. And it's like babies. We all know that. They fall how many times before they learn to walk? But that's how we learn, by making mistakes. So when you try it and you realize, I'm not going to be perfect at this, not probably ever. It doesn't mean you can't be great at it. There's a big difference between perfect and great. Number 4, we want to prioritize. We really want to think about our priorities because those little things, those little time robbers, those time stealers come in, and there's nothing wrong with helping your neighbor out or doing good deeds and talking on the phone, but we want to keep our eye on the prize. We want to prioritize, and when we spend the majority of our time with our priorities, we will find that our dreams and our goals will be realized, and they'll be realized beyond that which we think they ever could have been. So prioritize, and it takes self-control and it takes self-discipline. And as practice that, you practice saying no sometimes. Say yes. I mean, we want to be helpful and we want to have friends and family, but say no to those time stealers. Make a list of those things that rob you of your time. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to focus, because what we focus on grows. What we focus on grows. Focus may be the single most important thing in this universe. It's how God set up this universe. And we've proven this over and over again in the study of quantum physics. And I won't get into that because I'm not a physicist, but I will tell you that you definitely want to focus on that which you want, because that's what you're going to bring into your life. When you focus on that which you don't want, that's what you're going to bring into your life. So keep your eye on the prize and really be careful with your thought life, because if you think about it, pun intended, if you think about it, I believe that this whole universe and maybe many other universes were first a thought in the divine mind of God. And if you think about it, you began as a thought in your mom and dad's mind. That's pretty mind-blowing, is the word of this broadcast. That's pretty mind-blowing that you were a thought in your parents' mind. Like my husband, he's an architectural engineer and a builder. How many of his thoughts have become homes for people? Everything we do begins with a thought in our mind. So think about how important your focus and your thought life is. Remember, again, I will really, really drive this home. Think on that which you want versus that which you don't want. The next step is, please put your horse before the cart. So many of us have our carts before the horse and we wonder why we're not going anywhere. Well, we're not going to go anywhere. I mean, that's physics at its best. But when you start cleaning up those unwanted things, those things that you are serving, they no longer serve you. They may have served you once in the past, but they no longer serve you. If they're material things, give them to charity, sell them, throw them away, but they are taking up energy. They're taking up space, which is energy. They're taking up your time, your thought life, all of your resources. So you really, really want to put your horse before the cart. And it's hard. We get attached. We get attached to things. If you're a collector, I'm not telling you to sell your collection, but if you see something and you say, I haven't used that pair of shoes in like 5 years, it's time to say goodbye. So I want you to do that. And the final thing that I would like you to consider is buying my book. It's called Divine Empowerment, Breaking Through to Confident Living. This is chocked full, you guys, with chapters that'll help you regain. I'm going to put that right there. It will help you regain your divine empowerment. And it will help you to get more confidence in areas that you may be lacking confidence. I wrote it, and I won't try to sell you anything that I thought wouldn't be for your betterment. You can click the link below and you can buy it on Amazon. I also want to tell you that if you subscribe to my channel, if you leave a comment or you give me a thumbs up, that helps me to realize my dreams, my intentions, and my goals. And in turn, that will help you to realize your dreams, your intentions, and your goals. Really, when we help one another out, it is a figure eight of going in and out to each other. It creates a beautiful circle of energy. So I'm wishing you and your family God's richest blessing on your life. And remember, start setting those intentions, and happy 2024.